Hello everyone, this is Simple Math for you and we are going to continue with System of Inequalities Part 2. أهلا بكم من جديد في Simple Math for you وسنكمل نظام المتباينات الجزء الثاني. Write a system of inequalities for each graph. اكتب نظام المتباينات للأشكال التالية. We will write now. Before we had the inequalities and we were graphing. Now we have the graph and we will rewrite the inequalities. Let's try to organize our work. We have two lines here, two boundary lines. Let's try to write the equation of the boundary line. ناخد equation للline الأول. Now let's use the simplest way. If you look at line number 1 here, we can say that the y-intercept here, which we always call B, is 2. And the slope here is rise over run. You can choose 2 points and you can imagine that you are going up 2 points, 2 units, and right 2 units. So our slope here is rise over run, which is 2 over 2, which is 1. And our y-intercept, which is B, is 2. Referring to the slope-intercept form, معادلة المستقيم بصيغة الميل ومقطع y, this will be y equals mx plus b, 1x plus 2, or it's just x plus 2. This is the equation of the line. If you are not sure about the rise over run way, then you can use the slope formula. This point is 0, 2. This point is negative 2, 0. Then apply the formula. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So it's 2 minus 0 over 0 minus minus 2, which is 2 over 2, which is 1. So we will reach to the same conclusion. Remember that the slope here is positive. You can apply rise over run, then decide whether it's a positive or negative. هذا موجب. الميل هنا موجب. It's increasing from left to right. It's going up. This is the first equation. Now we have to make sure that it's a solid line. So we have equal sign in the inequality, and the shading, as you see, is below the line. Since it's below the line, then the inequality will be y less than or equal for the solid line. So this is inequality number 1. Now moving to the second inequality, we have line number 2. Choose 2 points on the line. Slope is rise over run. So our slope is, you can choose any 2 points. You can choose this and that one, by the way. It's 1 over 1. In all cases, the slope will be 1 over 1, which is 1, or 3 over 3, which is 1. Our y-intercept here, which is the point where the line crosses the y-axis, ومقطع y, it's crossing the y-axis, يقطع y and the minus 3. So our b is minus 3. So y equals mx plus b, 1x minus 3 plus minus 3. 1x, we don't write 1x, so it's x. Decide now the solid line or the dashed line. It is solid, so it has equal sign. We have the shading above the line, فوق التضليل فوق, so it is more than or equal. More than or equal. Equal is because it's a solid line. So this is the second inequality. So the system of inequalities will include those inequalities shown in details. Let's see this one. We have 2 lines. Both are dotted. So both of them will be either more than only or less than only. Remember that. And let's number them. This is number 1, number 2. Number 1. Line number 1, y-intercept is 0. يقطع y-axis and المقطع y عند 0. خد نقطتين, take 2 points. Slope is rise over run. it goes down, then right. So slope is -1/1. If you cannot decide whether it's going down or up, then you can say 1/1, but it is decreasing from left to right. يعني هو من اليسار نازل. دايما خد الطرف الأيسر وشوف طالع أو نازل. إذا نازل يبقى سالب. -1/1, so it's -1. So if you say y equals mx plus b, then it is -1x plus the 0, or it is just -x. This is the first line. Now, as you see here, the shading is above the line, so it is more. Shall we write equal? No, because it's a dashed line. So this is inequality number 1. Going to inequality number 2, same thing. We take 2 points on the line. So my slope is 1/1, which is 1. It's a positive slope from left to right is going up. My y-intercept is also 0. And y equals mx plus b. So it is 1x plus 0. So y is just x. Shading is above the line. So we will write greater than. We don't write equal sign. We will stop here. So this is the second inequality. Let's see this combination. We have 2 lines. This is line number 1. This is line number 2. No, the order is not important. Line number 1 has y-intercept 1. So 1, we have b is 1. If you want to find the slope, just take 2 points. So slope is 1/1, which is 1. It's a positive slope. So we have y equals mx plus b. So 1x plus 1 means y equals x plus 1. Now let's decide. Shading is above the line. صحيح إنه here he doesn't mention, but he has mentioned the interval or the region where both shading are shared. يعني هو بس وضح لك بعد التقاطع بعد overlapping. So we will say it is more than, and since it is solid, we will add equal here. So this is inequality number 1. Going to inequality number 2. It's this line, a horizontal line, يعني slope 0, when a horizontal line passing through the 1, so it is simply y is 1. Or you can say, if it doesn't come to your mind, it's 0x plus the 1, 0 because the slope is 0, which is 1, as we have expected. Now, where is the shading? It is below the line, so we will put less than. Shall we add equal? No, because it is dotted line or dashed line. So this is the second inequality. This is the system of inequality that we look for. Let's check here our understanding by this real-life application. Aisha can work up to 20 hours per week. So the maximum number of hours is 20. So it means she can work less than or equal to 20, maximum number of 20 hours. Working at a bakery, she earns $7 per hour most of the time. So we have $7, the regular hours. This is the regular hours, I think. And $8.5 during the early morning. So this is the most of the time, yani the regular time. Okay, Aisha needs to earn at least $150 this week. So at least means more than or equal $150 total. To pay for a trip with her friends, determine the number of regular and early morning hours that Aisha could work. Select the correct system and graph. R is the regular hours. M is the early morning hours. Now, have a look here. Which one makes sense? If you read the first one, R less than 20 means the regular hours is less than 20. Is it mentioned here? هل ذكر إنه regular hour less than 20? No. الwork up هو اللي 20 hours, and this 20 hours including what? Including all kinds of hours. يعني regular مع early morning. So this doesn't make sense. No need to check the rest here. Here, he says R plus M more than or equal to 20. More than or equal to 20 means she can work 20 hours and above. But here, she mentioned here that she can work maximum number of hours 20. So this also does not make sense. Now, this one makes sense. Yes. And let's check the other inequality. It is related to money. The money earned by regular hours is 7R, yes, because it is $7 per regular hour and $8.5 per early morning hour. So dollars plus dollars is more than or equal to dollars because this is the minimum amount of money that she can earn. So this system of inequality makes sense. And the graph related to that is shown here. You can check the graph. Part B, identify each solution as viable or non-viable. Is it possible or not possible to have one of those? How can we know that? As you see here, the combination of two colors, blue and color red, yellow, is the green. So this is the viable, the green one is the viable area, the feasible area, where we have both colors at the same time. So the solution should be any point in or on the boundary, not here, not there. It should include both colors at the same time. Let's check one by one. 2 and 17. 2 and 17 go to 2 up to 17. This will be 18. 17 will be somewhere here. Is it possible or not possible? If you are not sure, what can you do? You can replace in both inequalities. If you're not sure that the graph is okay or not, this is your R and this is your M. Let's replace in the first one. R plus M less than or equal to 20. 2 plus 17 less than or equal to 20 is correct. Let's check the other one. 7 by 2 plus 8.5 times 17. It should be more than or equal to 150. So this is 14 plus 8.5 times 17 is 144.5. If you add them, it will be more than, this will be 158.5, so it's correct. So this gives us the correct solution, or the correct, and it is very clear that it's in the shaded region. Okay, which one is easy to exclude? مين اللي منهم نستبعده? We will exclude this because the sum is not less than 20. فهي أكيد غلط. يعني المجموعهم 21 و6 27. أصغر من 20 لا طبعا غلط. وهاي غلط أكيد. Okay, this one is also wrong. 18 plus 6 is 24. We need to be less than or equal to 20. So we have here 3 more to check. 4 plus 7 11. So مبدئيا الجمع صح. وهاي less than the equal to 20 صح. And this one also less than or equal to 20 صح. So we need to check the other one. So the 3 of them have satisfied the first one. We need to check the other one by multiplying 7 by 4 plus 8.5 times 7. Let's check whether it's more than or equal to 150. 7 by 4, 28, plus 8.5 times 7, which is 59.5. And it is very clear that it will not add up to 150 at least. So this is wrong. Let's check the next one. Here, 7 times R, which is 5, plus 8.5 times 15. We should check the second one, that be at least 150. So 35 plus 8.5 by 15. It will give us 162.5. Yes, it's okay. So this is correct. This is correct. the third one. Only this left. We have 7 times 10 plus 8.5 times 10 should be more than or equal to 150. This is 70, that's plus 85. Let's check. 70 plus 85 is 155, more than 150, yes. So this is as well correct. So we have 3 simple solutions. So we have applied here and we checked our understanding, and thank you all for your listening. Let's move to the real life application. Let's move to the real life application related to this lesson, and let's go back to the original. Pontego started an exercise program in which each week he walks from 9 to 12 miles. So we have walking, so the exercises is divided into 2 ways. We have walking 9 to 12 miles, and we have he has another way of exercises which is workout. عنده نوعين من الأنشطة أو التمارين. Workout in the gym from 4.5 to 6 hours. A, write system of inequalities to represent the situation, define your values. The most important thing, أهم نقطة إنك تحدد المتغير يمثل ماذا. So in part A, we can say that since we have 2 ways of exercising, we can assume that X is the walking hours and Y is the working in gym, workout in gym. And now we will write the system of inequalities. What do we have here? Now, first for the X, we know that the walking should be more than or equal to 9 because it's from 9 to 12. So it should be greater than or equal to 9 miles. And at the same time, it should be less than or equal to 12. وبمعنى آخر, it can be written in this way. الإكس اللي هي عدد ساعات عدد الأميال التي يمشي بها بين 9 مايل و 12 مايل. And inequality, if you remember, can be written in this way. بين 9 وال 12 بس تتضمنها inclusive, we can say that. It's 9 to 12. هاي بالنسبة للإكس. Y similarly can be the same thing, but now for Y we are talking about hours. So Y is also more than or equal to 4.5, and at the same time Y less than or equal to 6, so we can write it as an and inequality. Now, how to graph it? Because in B they are asking you to graph. Let's start with Y. Y more than or equal to 4.5. Remember, Y is the horizontal line. So this is the 4 and this is the 5. 4.5 is here. And it is horizontal line and solid because it's more than or equal 4.5. So here, this is Y equal to 4.5. We are done with that one. And this is 6. We have another horizontal line for this one, Y less than or equal to 6. Now, let's try to shade. It's more than or equal to 4.5, so above the 4.5. And at the same time, below the 6. So we have this region for the Y. Now, let's go to X. X is greater than or equal to 9 and less than or equal to 12. I can rescale here. I can make 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So since X is more than or equal to 9, this is the 9. And it's a vertical line and it's solid line passing through the 9. Yani almost it should be at the middle. more than or equal to 9 means to the right. Somewhere here. Okay, all over the line. Just represent that. And then we will shade it back. Less than or equal to 12. This is the 12. And it will be somewhere here. So where is my solution? My solution is this part here, where both are shared. Now, part C is asking you to list 3 viable solutions. Viables mean possible solution. What are the possible solutions? Of course, the possible solution will be picked from here. Any point in this square area or in this rectangular area can be a solution. Any point. You can pick this point, this point, this point, this point. Now you can't pick on the border, by the way, because the lines are solid. ممكن تاخد مع الحدود، لكن إذا كان dotted line, you cannot do that. So let's pick some points here. Some points are 12 with, this is 4.5, I think. X is 12 and Y can be what? Y can be 4.5, yes. And also we can say 9 with 4.5. We can say that somewhere at the middle, if you want. For example, we can say 10 with the Y, which is 5, etc. Actually, here in this exercise, it's easy to pick, yani just with two conditions. X should be between X9 and 12, and Y at the same time should be between 4.5 and 6. It can include the borders, no worries. Okay. What is the meaning of 12 and 4.5? 12 means the number of miles is 12, and 4.5 is the number of hours in gym. Now, Emiliana wants to buy turquoise stones on her trip to New Mexico to give to at least 4 of her friends. So number of gifts or stones at least means more than or equal to 4. This is one of the translation that we need to know. The gift shop sells stones for either $4 or $6. We have 2 types. We have type number 1. We can say that this is X that cost $4 per piece. Type Y, the second type, is costing or cost is $6. Emiliana has no more than $30 to buy. So the budget, the money, الميزانية, no more than means it should be what? Less than or equal to $30. The maximum amount can be reached is $30 to spend. Write a system of inequalities to represent this situation. Define your variables. So let's see here. What is the easiest inequality that we can reach? We know that the total number should be more than or equal to 4. And the total number comes from where? Adding the X type and the Y type. This should be more than or equal to 4. This is inequality number 1. Inequality number 2 is related to money, dollars. So it can be like this. We can say that $4 times X, which is the price of the $4 stone, plus the second one, which is 6 times Y, which is the total price if she buys the $6 stone, should be less than or equal to 30. This is the inequality number 2. And when you decide to graph, it is better to simplify this by dividing by 2. If you divide this by 2, it will be 2x plus 3y less than or equal to 15. And let's graph now. The first inequality, we can graph the way you like, yani here, but we can use x-intercept, y-intercept method. Assuming x 0, if x is 0, then y is, this is 0, so y is 4. Now, if y is 0, then x is 4. This is one of the easy inequalities that you can find. The second one here, if you use the same way, x-intercept, y-intercept method, if x is 0, cover the x, then 3y is equal to 15, so y is 5. If y is 0, then 2x is 15, so x is 7.5. And let's try to graph. We have here the first inequality. This is the first one. Zero, 4, and 4, 0. Matching. And the shading is above. Second one, 0, 5. And what else? 7.5 and 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's exactly here. And it is also solid line. Kind of something like this, yani, trying to make it accurate. And the shading is below, so it is somewhere here. So this is the area that we are looking for. This is the solution area. And since this is the solution area, then we can answer the last part. Let's list 3 viable solutions. We can choose this. We can choose this. We can choose any point on the border. We can choose this. All these points, you can pick the coordinates and tell me that these are parts of the solution. For example, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6, 0 is a good solution. We have here 5, 1 is a good solution. We have here 2, 3 is a good solution, and many more. We have many solutions. Okay, this is the end of our lesson. I hope it was not a difficult lesson. Please refer back to lesson 6.5, graphing inequalities in 2 variables. And I hope you got the maximum benefit. أرجو أن تكون تمت الإفادة في هذا الدرس من هذا الدرس، ونرجو مراجعة الدرس 6.5 graphing inequalities، هو رسم المتباينات أولا، ونرجو لكم التوفيق جميعا. إلى اللقاء.